Hi, my name is Adam. I'm on the WAT 2.0 project. My product owner is Dr. Mark Finlayson and my mentor is Dr. Masood Sajadi. And for this video, we're going to go through user actor. We have only one actor for this application. So the basic thing for this application is just it's a desktop application. So you would actually, we can go right here. We'll go to our Chrome browser. We'll uh, enter this website, which is the webcognac.cs at FIU.edu, and we can download this for Mac. You can download it for any other operating systems you like, or if you want, you can download the repo and build it from source. But I already have this up and running. So let's say we downloaded, we extracted it to our application, we have it up and running. I'll go over some brief features on our homepage or our launch page. So once you click the app, this is what's going to open up. Really briefly, we have the ability to have multiple tabs, and this is a nice feature that we implemented in this iteration of the project, just because sometimes you want to be, downloading a set of pages, and we'll go into what that means while viewing a WAT file, and we'll also go into what that means at the same time without opening multiple applications or having to close one down. So that's a nice feature that we added. So then briefly I'll go through what these two buttons mean and why you'd want to use them. So the first button says downloading a set of pages, and that is for the main objective of this application is we want to archive websites or primarily news articles. So that's going to give you to the downloader page, which gives you all different options of what you want to do. And then we have the ability to choose a WAT file to open. So I'll briefly go into that. So if we click choose a WAT file to open, we will go in here. We'll find the WAT file. A WAT file is determined by a .wat file extension. We can click open. So the reason why it opened on my Chrome is because I have opened my .wat files with my default browser. So it's going to just open to the default browser of your choice. We'll go back here to the WAT Viewer app. We'll try that again. And there you go. So you can see it created with the article that I wanted to open, or the WAT file that I wanted to open, and you can actually you can navigate through the website as if it's any other browser. So it's pretty cool. So that's a way to choose a WAT file to open. The first button is to download a set of pages. So before we go into the download process, I'll show the two options you have when you choose a set of pages to download. You have download options and then you have session options. So a session is already a started process of downloading that has not yet been finished. And we'll go into what that looks like, but I'll choose the download option first because we haven't downloaded anything. And up top we have input URLs. So input URLs is very simple. It's exactly what it means. It says just input a txt file of URLs. So I'll give the first one that I have. A good example is this Spanish URL.txt. And Spanish URL.txt has one URL link. It's from El Economista, and it's just a txt file with a URL separated by a backslash. So we'll click that one, and then we'll select an output directory that we want to go to. And right here I'll just put in my Electron projects, and then we have the rate limit, kilobytes per second, and that's a parameter for wget, which is in the background for downloading applications. And we have number of threads that we want to spawn, and that is so when we start the download process or the download, it just says how many URLs do we want to download asynchronously. So if we choose one, we're going to download one URL at a time. If we choose two, we'll download two URLs at a time. And then I have here write JSON to Excel file, which is an optional parameter. And really what that is just you provide an Excel file. In our Excel file, let's see if I can open that up real quick to show what it looks like. I don't have Excel downloaded on my computer, so I'm going to open the macOS version, which is just numbers. And I will, so we already have one article up here. So what this does, it puts the extracted metadata into the Excel file. And this is nice to have if you want to just have the ability to briefly look over all the URLs, and or if you want to do multiple sessions onto the same Excel file. So that was another feature that we added in this iteration. So I'll choose that one again. And another thing, so we have an option to include videos. That just means if the website you have has videos that you want to keep, you can choose include videos. So also the translate on download option, I'll briefly show the different options that we have, but for now I'm just going to collect from Spanish to English, and that means the article is in Spanish and we want to translate it from English. Uh, Before I even show that, maybe I can show this. So if here, right here, we have an auto detect option, but that's only available for a specific translate. Actually, maybe I'll show this before. So down here we have translate.wat files and we have 3 different options. So the first option is our WAT Translate, which is our own in-house translation API. That's free. You don't need to provide a key. And we have integrated 2 others, which is Google Translate and Yandex Translate, which are third-party APIs. All you have to do is provide a token API to it. So you can provide that like this. I mean, that's obviously not a real API. You save it, and then you can begin using it. So we'll go back here. And we'll refill in our parameters. So here I collected my output directory, my input URLs, my write to JSON file, which is my metadata right here. I'm going to click again, translate on download, and I'm going to start the download process. So as this download, this is using our in-house translation API, which is a little slow, just because it's not running on a GPU. We didn't have the funds for that, so it'll take some time. Let's say briefly while that happens, maybe I can go in here. No, actually, we'll just wait. So I'll briefly go over what's happening in the background while we wait, and explain this downloader screen. So we completely revamped this screen in this iteration. Now we have a progress bar. So right now it's at 0% because 0 of the URLs have been successfully downloaded. It shows the status, and right here is just a download button. It'll show you the title of the URL that it extracts from the metadata, the author, the published date, and then some options that we'll briefly go over. Here I have a stop button which will stop the download process, and we'll go into that after this on what exactly that does. All these buttons allow you to sort them by whatever option you want. And what's happening in the background is that we iterate through the txt file. We grab each article. We validate first that it's an article. So if you give an article a wrong article or something like that, the download process won't stop it. We kind of sanitize it, and we'll give you some error handling. We'll let you know that that one didn't work. And what it is doing is it's using wget, which is a package that's found in Linux operating systems, and it's grabbing from the server from that website all the information. If you select translate, it translates it, and then it extracts the main content. And this is an important part of our application, is extracting the main content. And I'll briefly go over what that is now that we have our article. So once you see here, our status was a check bar, our progress was 100. Here's the title, here's the author, here's the published date. We're going to go here and go to options and select view WAT file. So as you can see, we have this this WAT file, this URL that we downloaded. We have yeah, it's in Spanish. And since we included translate, what we can do really quickly is if we go to view up here on our menu bar, we can click translate, and now we have it translated in English. So that's a feature we added for this iteration as well, the ability to translate and inject into the HTML a translated copy. So you have now both the Spanish copy and the translated copy, and that is something that wasn't there before. So I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to go to my options, and then I want to click View Main Content. So this is a big part of our senior project, was the ability to get the main content of the page. So when I say main content, let me show you, it might be easier to show you what's not the main content. So when we consider main content of the page, we just consider what the page is made for. So in this thing, it's made for the article. So we have a title, we have all the content of the page. So it's just pretty much, if I can highlight it, would be this. This is the main content of the page, and that's what researchers want. They want to build a data set of all this content, of all this news, and it's a difficult task to do because when you grab the HTML web page, you get this title, you get recommended articles. So we actually completely redid the content extraction, this iteration of the WAT project, using a machine learning approach, which got a much higher accuracy. We have actually about accuracy about 90% now. And then what we do is we translate it first, and then we extract the content, because all main content we want is in English. So that's the main end-to-end use case for a single URL. One more thing that we can do is we can delete the WAT file, and that just means that we deleted it from the output page, and as well as from our own machine. So I'm going to go here, exit some of these out, and I'm going to create a new home page and show maybe the session features. So I'm going to go back to documents. Oh, before we go there, let me just show, I forgot this, the metadata. So as you can see, we had one row, now we have two, and all we really have is the publisher, the title, the URL for it, the published date, the author, as well as the main content, a header, modified date, created date. So that's just an idea of what the metadata is. So we're gonna cancel this, and we don't need it again. So I'm gonna go here to this text file called many URLs, so we can show the session stopping and session continuing. So we go here. I'll do 2 threads for this time. We don't need to translate anything. These are all English, and we'll start the download process. So I'm gonna wait for a couple of them to finish, and I'm gonna stop it. So as you can see, I click stop. So I click stop. Now we see that it stopped. It stopped actually halfway. And this was expected. So the reason why it took a little bit longer after the stop is because we gracefully kill the downloading process, which means if there are any threads that have been spawned, we want to wait for those to end, and then we will terminate the process. So as you can see, these are the ones that haven't been downloaded. These are the ones that have been. This is the progress bar, and we have all the stuff we can download, sorted by all sorts of different things. So I'm gonna actually go now to where I saved this, which is in Electron Projects, and here is my session folder. So this session folder is timestamped, and it has the name session underscore timestamp underscore the txt file that has been passed, and also it has, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 WAT files downloaded, and as you can see, we have 5 URLs in here. And then I can show here briefly, this is the remaining URLs that haven't been finished. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 remaining URLs. So what we can do is continue the session. So I'm going to go to session options. I'll select the session folder. And that was done today, right now. And that's about it. And that's all I have to do. I'll do 3 threads, and I'll continue downloading the session. So as you can see, we didn't have to provide an output directory because it just continues writing to the same output. And now we have those remaining 5 WAT files that needed to be downloaded. You can see the progress bar is showing as they come in. And I explicitly put into this demo one failed URL. So this is what you'll see. It's just an exclamation point. There's no title, obviously, no author, because the download process didn't work. And then we can exit this out and relook at it again. And as you can see, we have our WAT files. So that's about it for the demo. That's pretty much the majority of the application and what you can do with it. So once again, my name is Adam Tahoon. I'm on the WAT 2.0 team, and my product owner is Dr. Mark Finlayson, and my mentor is Dr. Masood Sajadi.